And it's really interesting what influences our taste and style. And you know, color plays such an important role in that. I have to say, I tend to like the colors that I'm around at any given time. I like them all. But I do try to divide them up into color, I guess, families. Like here, we've got a range of pastels, like this gorgeous rose here that's sort of a salmon pink. Roses really make me happy, and I have lots of them planted out here. Now you have to wonder, those folks who create beautiful flowers like this through their breeding programs, what influences them and what gets them started down a certain path to create a certain kind of, well, rose? Jacques Mouchotte is a rose breeder, and he tells us about his fascinating job and about his interest in roses.
To decide to become a rose breeder, you've got to be young and ready to work a long time. There's one point interesting to know is the roses are performing better in places where they can get some kind of winter dormancy. They need to stop growing in the winter time in order to be nice and to remain beautiful for the next summer. I'm not sure of the performance of all these roses under subtropical conditions. Normally under subtropical conditions such as in southern Florida, roses might have more difficulties, but I'm sure that rose enthusiasts can develop techniques that will enable them to do so. And one of them that can be useful is to induce the dormancy necessary for roses by drought. If you can protect yours, if you can severely water stress your roses, it brings the plants into a dormancy, and when you bring the water back, it's spring again for the plant, and the plant will produce another very wonderful flush. If the drift roses are grown in container, they need to have a daily watering and a weekly feeding, weekly liquid feeding. But the daily watering is important because the roses is sucking a lot of water out of the pot, and if they're sitting out in the sun, in one day you can kill your plants, and there is no other possibility. If you grow the roses in the ground, the very best condition is bring the water via a drip irrigation system. If you have no drip irrigation system with a overhead irrigation, once a week, but done in the morning in order to allow the foliage to dry before the end of the day. I always say that water is the #1 feeding necessity for roses. So bring water to your roses if you want them to be happy.